Eclipses. Eclipses are all about shadows. And our moon doesn't produce any of its own light. It just reflects the light that it gets from the sun. And as it orbits around our Earth, every once in a while it gets in a position where either it's blocking out the light or the Earth is blocking out the light. And when that happens, we have an eclipse. And we ought to think about it. We ought to have an eclipse two times every month. Every time the moon is in the new moon position or in the full moon position. But for some reason, our moon, probably because it was hit by a comet or an asteroid or a meteorite or something very large, has a slightly tilted orbit. And so most of the time we either get a new moon or a full moon. But every once in a while we do get an eclipse. And so that's the topic for today, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit about that. Well, just remember, of course, that eclipses are all about shadows. Now we're going to start out with the solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are very rare. They occur when the moon is in the new moon position. Now normally you don't see anything. And you have to understand, the moon is just the right size based on its distance from the Earth and its distance from the sun. If it gets in just the right position, it can block out the light from the sun. Now this is the kind of eclipse you don't want to look at without wearing a welding helmet or very, 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 very dark glasses, because it'll burn your eyeballs out. And you could, as I said when I was a kid, you could go blind if you look at it. Now how rare are these? Well, the next one in Oregon, where we live, is going to be August 21st, 2017. And I'm looking forward to that because I should be retired by then, so something to look forward to. Just remember, it occurs in the new moon. And remember, it's the moon getting in the way of the sun, and it blocks out the light. Next, let's look at the lunar eclipse. This is, some people call it the red moon or the blood moon. This occurs, again, it's because of shadows. In this case, it's the Earth gets between the moon and the sun. This would be what we would call the full moon position. And usually we have a full moon, and the moon is really reflecting lots of light, and everything lines up just perfectly, and the Earth blocks out the sun's light, and there's nothing for the moon to reflect back. And the moon usually turns either very blackish red, and things get pretty dark. This one, of course, is easy in your eyes. It occurs at night, and it's much more common. We seem to get one of these, it seems like we get one at least one a year or one every other year. And again, it's just because of the tilt of the moon's orbit. When everything lines up in a nice straight line, then of course we'll get a lunar eclipse. Now the last thing we need to do is you need to turn in your astronomy packet to the Venn diagram on eclipses. And I would like you to record all the information that you see on this little piece of the video clip and fill in your Venn diagram. It'll, again, the concept is the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, and what they share and what they don't share. And of course, what we know what they share, it's shadows. Good luck.